President Donald Trump says he will not sign a major housing bill until Congress passes an elections reform bill. NBC4's Conan Nolan joins us live with how this is shaking up Washington. Conan.
That's right. So congressional Republicans have learned that with President Trump, you never know what's going to happen. But when it came to the celebration over a newly passed bill designed to increase the ability of Americans to afford a home, well, they weren't expecting a no-show.
President Trump on Capitol Hill insisting all is well within the party of Lincoln. Sort of.
I think we had a really great meeting, and we're very proud of the party. We like our leader. We like everybody really in the room. I don't like a few people, but that's okay.
A reference perhaps to what was reported to be a shouting match that took place with fellow Republicans during a luncheon meeting. At issue, yesterday's passage of a bipartisan bill to increase America's housing supply. The president, at the last minute, deciding not to attend the bill signing ceremony. Instead, insisting he would only sign the legislation if Congress first passed his controversial Save America Act, designed to have the federal government take control of voting eligibility and the process away from individual states. Speaker Mike Johnson defending the decision.
But we're delaying this. As you know, he has a window of time before he has to sign a bill.
But other critics were fuming. One Republican lawmaker telling NBC News the decision was crazy, crazy, crazy. Another texting a once-in-a-generation housing bill falls victim to the nuts. The housing legislation on the president's desk would allow grants to build more housing, empower local governments to expedite permit review, and restrict corporate investors from buying up single-family homes.
Sign the bill, Mr. President.
Democrats were outraged. Sherman Oaks Congressman Brad Sherman compared it to the president's response to the Palisades fire.
And he came out in the first week of his presidency and said, I'm going to hold the fire victims hostage, and they're not going to get any federal relief until California changes its voting laws. We said no, and he went on to something else. But now he's trying it again.
The president later this afternoon in the Oval Office explained, appearing to say that voting reform is a higher priority than housing, which he says is an issue for the Federal Reserve.
Lower the interest rates. You can have all the housing you want.
As for that contentious meeting with the president, we've heard from Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy, a Republican. He told reporters that he confronted the president on Iran, saying, I stood and said, you have not told the American people what's going on. It was supposed to last 4 weeks. It lasted 4 months. Our original objectives have not been achieved, and I want to know what's going on, unquote. Mr. Trump apparently told him to sit down. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
All right, Conan, thank you so much.